Governor Parson has said that he would pardon us if convicted, but he's up for re-election too, and there are no guarantees in this world. And it may be a Class E felony, but it comes with 4 years in prison and a $10,000 fine as a maximum penalty. But the biggest penalty, if we get convicted, other than the cost of getting there and the cost of attorneys and everything else, the biggest cost is that we would potentially lose our law licenses, lose our Second Amendment rights, lose our right to vote, be completely disenfranchised for doing nothing more than just defending our house against a mob which, had already burned downtown St. Louis, shot police officers, killed Captain David Doran. And I think that what the people on the other side would have preferred that we do is ask each and every one of them when they're coming through the gate en masse, are you a good rioter or a bad rioter? Do you plan on just standing out in front of my house and shouting at me? Or are you going to burn my house down? And every article I see, every article we see in the traditional press starts with the phrase "white lawyers," and then proceeds to talk about Black Lives Matter. Well, it was a very mixed race crowd that came in, and I didn't identify the racial makeup of the crowd, but when you look at the video, it's as white as it was black. And for the press to make this a racial thing is just so untrue and unfair. It had nothing to do with race. It had to do with just protecting our lives and our property from an angry mob that we had every right to expect would do us harm.
I understand. That is disgusting that they're turning into a racial situation. Dagan McDowell, jump in.
Mark and Patty McCloskey, speaking to Second Amendment advocates and firearms instructors, they actually were concerned for you as you were seen flagging one another with your firearms and exhibiting poor muzzle control. They just want to make sure that you're getting firearms safety instruction. Are you doing that?
Yeah, we were going to. Patty is a complete neophyte when it comes to firearms. I grew up around firearms. But once again, when you're in a desperate situation, that's why training's important. Although, I kind of on an aside, we were at a rally in Dallas last week, and one of the participants was the sheriff. And while I was making a presentation, I looked over and I said, "Mr. Sheriff, sir, have you ever seen worse gun handling in your life?" And he says, "Can't say that I have."
But also we have to remember that I knew that I didn't know how to use a gun, so I grabbed something that it was a non-functional gun. It was just something that looked like it was a gun that was functioning, that would keep it back.
Well, what an ordeal. What an ordeal. Mark, Patty, thanks very much for being here this morning. We'll be watching. We send you our best. Mark and Patty McCloskey. We'll be right back.
Silver.
Welcome back. We just heard from Mark and Patty McCloskey, the St. Louis couple who spoke, are facing criminal charges for waving guns at protesters outside their home on a private street in St. Louis back in June. Dagan, what do you think about this story?
People in this nation have a right to defend themselves. That is the Second Amendment guaranteed to people in the United States. But I want to add this because somebody on Twitter said, you're judging the victims. They said they were terrified. My question that I just asked them about gun safety was inappropriate. And my response to this woman is, you need to be in favor of gun safety and understanding how to handle and use a weapon. That was the only issue. I have talked to many people about what happened to the McCloskeys. They were unfairly targeted, unfairly charged. However, it's very clear they were flagging one another with their guns. There was poor muzzle control there. I just encourage everybody, if you're interested in buying a weapon, that you need to go out there and learn how to use it. That is paramount.
Of course, absolutely. Emily, these people were on their street.